Hello, dear parents and caregivers. This video is on how we can improve children's safety. Child safety means the overall well being of the child, which includes physical, emotional, and sexual safety as well. First of all, children's safety is an adult responsibility, not the child's. Children need love and care, and we can provide that by respecting and listening to them. Instead of instilling fear in children about their safety, we can provide them with accurate information so that the child feels confident in recognizing and reporting abuse. For sexual safety, we can teach children of all genders about personal safety rules and what to do in unsafe situations because studies show that boys are also equally targeted and abused. We can begin by talking about the private parts, including the mouth, and teaching respect for all parts of the body, their functions, and bodies of others. We can use respectful and correct names for them instead of putting shame into them. We can avoid saying chi chi, tu tu, or shame shame and use words like susu or potty place or their proper names like penis or vagina if we feel comfortable saying them in our native language or English. Naming them properly makes it easier for the child to report abuse. We can teach the three personal safety rules about clothing, touching, and talking, just like we teach them traffic rules in day to day conversations with ease and at frequent intervals. This can help children identify the unsafe behavior of others. We can discuss clothing, how we keep our private parts covered in front of others, and others should do the same. This is not because there is any shame in these parts, but that's how we all live. Talk about the touching rules. We do not touch ourselves in our private parts in front of others, and we do not touch others in these parts. Others need to follow these rules as well. Lastly, the talking rule. We ask questions and discuss doubts, share our concerns about these parts with people who follow these rules. We don't talk about these parts casually or in a way that makes people uncomfortable. Others need to follow this rule as well. We can also educate ourselves with sexual and reproductive functions of the body and how to answer children's questions like, how is a baby born? Which they frequently ask but we feel too shy to answer. Talk about the exceptions to these rules. People may have to touch us in these parts if we are hurt or need help. Talk about safe adults. These are people we know who follow the clothing, touching, and talking rules with us and whom we feel we can trust. We can give scenarios and discuss what to do in case someone breaks the personal safety rules. Discuss the no go tell guide. It's okay to say no or stop it, even to an older person whom we know if they are breaking the personal safety rules. So, say no if you can, go away from that person and tell your safe adults, is the message to children. We can avoid telling the child that they should not allow or let anyone touch them in their private parts. It makes them feel that it is their responsibility to stop the person who is breaking the rule, and they may feel guilty if they could not stop that person. Avoid telling the child that strangers are dangerous because most people behave in a safe manner, and unfortunately, 97% of the abusers are known to the child. We can keep in mind the signs of abuse, like the child begins to look sad or anxious most of the time, passes urine in bed after they've gotten control, begins to avoid a particular person, or doesn't want to go to gatherings where they have gone earlier, complains of frequent body or stomach aches, and no cause is found. And in some cases, there may be urinary infection or infection around the anus or injuries in these parts, itching, or even bleeding. And many a time there are no signs. Therefore, it's better to encourage children to report unsafe behavior rather than look out for signs of sexual abuse. If we feel that a child is being subjected to abuse, firstly, believe the child. Don't tell them to forget or forgive. Tell them that it's not their fault. The person who deliberately broke the rules is at fault. We can also approach organizations like the Child Welfare Committee, the State Commission for Protection of Child Rights, and NGOs, counselors, doctors, the Child Helpline, 1098, and the police. It is mandatory to report child sexual abuse under the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act of 2012. Coming to physical and emotional safety. We often use our power over children and hit or demean them to get them to behave properly, be disciplined, or study well. Using restorative parenting techniques help us use our power with children rather than over them. Techniques like discussing the family's values and putting them up where everyone can see them. Using kind and respectful words. Speaking from the heart, what we really feel. Listening from the heart when the child speaks. Taking turns to speak. Listening attentively to their words. Identifying the need behind the behavior. We can avoid judging or labeling the child and focus on the behavior and not the self, the core of the child. For example, we should avoid saying you're a bad child or you're good for nothing. Instead, we can say your behavior was unkind or inappropriate. And we can explain how they could behave instant, what would be appropriate and kind. This builds self-esteem and self-respect in the child. They feel heard, they feel that they matter, and they can come to you for help. Thank you.